Sir Handel was cross. The coaches had bumped him off the line, and he sat brooding while the workmen inspected him. "Blasted things!" he grumbled. "Where do they get off putting such tomfoolery? On an engine like me, no less." "It's your own fault," scolded Peter Sam. "If we hadn't worked together before, I'd never have guessed you were wanting an express engine. You treat those coaches deplorably." Grandpuff wouldn't be pleased. The coaches were contemplating too. After they bumped Sir Handel, the Thing Controller had spoken severely to them. "We cannot put our passengers at risk," he rumbled. "You will not leave this shed until you've learned sense." Unfortunately, sense didn't come quickly to first-class carriages, especially in the absence of Skarloey. "It was his fault," they moaned. "Why should we be sidelined for it?" "Tee-hee-hee," tittered the other coaches. The summer sun brought many visitors to the railway. Peter Sam became used to collecting the open coaches and trundling off to the station. The passengers would crowd inside, and they'd have a lovely journey up to the lake. First rate, giggled the open coaches. They were often looked down upon by the other coaches, and relished the attention they were receiving. One day, Henry arrived with the first train. "Take care, youngster," he advised. "Driver says there's bad weather due." "I'm not falling for your tricks again," scowled Peter Sam. "There's not a cloud in the sky." The sun shone brightly as they ventured up the line. But on the return journey, the sky turned grey. Wind and rain buffeted the train, but Peter Sam pushed on. The coaches and passengers were soaked. "Not a cloud in the sky, eh?" chuckled Henry. Peter Sam didn't reply. Rain had blown into his firebox, and he felt weak. "Our poor seats," shivered the coaches. Sir Handel was in the yard when the driver ran over. "The next train is due soon, but Peter Sam's fire needs rebuilding, and the coaches are drenched. We'll fetch the others and take the train ourselves." Sir Handel was glad to be free of the trucks, but not to be pulling the snooty coaches again. He found them grimacing in the darkness of the shed. "Come on," he said. "We can't let the visitors down. We're first-class passenger carriages. Tourists belong in those open coaches," they sniffed. "There'll be no passengers of any kind if you don't come along," snarled Sir Handel. "Although, if you fancy becoming beach huts or chicken coops, you're welcome to stay here." The coaches gasped. Without any further protesting, they followed Sir Handel quietly to the station. First class, they muttered under their breaths as the tourists climbed aboard. Come along, dears, said Sir Handel, trying his best to sound like Skarloey. The sun parted the clouds as they ventured up the line. The tourists were thrilled. Their cameras flashed, and they marvelled at the beauty of the line. The coaches couldn't stay cross. It was lovely to be out of the shed again. We didn't think we'd have a train today, but you gave us a splendid ride. Such comfortable coaches, too. The coaches blushed. When Sir Handel arrived back home, he pushed the coaches into the shed. So, he smiled, didn't mind your temporary status as any class coaches, did you? Not at all, they beamed. It was a lovely journey. We're sorry we bumped you. I'm sorry too, replied Sir Handel. You're far from the cattle trucks I thought you were. Now get some rest. I'm sure we'll be out again tomorrow. As Sir Handel rolled away, the coaches dozed happily in the evening sun. Yes, they thought, tomorrow sounded lovely indeed.